blah, 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 blah. Hey dudes, John here, and welcome back to another Minecraft review, tutorial, whatever you want to call it. Today we're going to be going over the 5 best possible places to live in the game of Minecraft, at least in my opinion. There are plenty of places you can choose to live, and I know some people choose to live in other places other than the places I like, but I believe that these are the greatest places for me to live in the game of Minecraft, and I'm going to show you guys why. Things to look for when you're trying to find a nice place to live is isn't it flat, because it's easier to get around, it's easier to dodge mobs, it's easier to see far away, and then things like this area here are the total opposite of that. Okay, so swamps are, I mean, they have their benefits, I suppose. There are plenty of sheep in swamps, so that's good. There's plenty of water in swamps. There's plenty of trees in swamps, but there are also witches in swamps. And there are lots of waterways. So if a Skelebones is hiding under a tree and you're trying to dodge and weave and you get stuck in a waterway and your parkour skills suck, well, he's going to get dead real fast. Same with the dark oak biomes or anything that's really heavily wooded like this. Yes, there are woodland mansions in the dark oak biomes, and those are fantastic, and you can get some great loot from those. Maybe you make that a quest and not your home, though, because to be honest, if you built your house, like say, even in this little clearing right here, sometimes it may be challenging to run back to it unless you have like exact coordinates written down. And sometimes it's just, even if you're running off in that direction, you may run around in a circle before you end up back over here. And it could be the difference between death and not. Because if it's becoming nighttime and mobs are starting to spawn, especially in this, you're going to get caught off guard and you're going to get a creeper around a tree and you're going to get popped in the face. It's going to suck. So not a good area to build a house. If you choose to build a house in these things, I would build them up in the trees. But nonetheless, I'm going to show you guys the top 5 places that I like to build. Number 5. It's really hard to find these. I have a real hard time to find terracotta. And when I do find what used to be called, this used to be called the MESA biome, and those used to be called the MESA plateaus. But now it's called the Badlands. And those are called the Badland plateaus. I'll say that 5 times fast. Badland plateaus are really cool because they have trees, and you still have grass up there. So that means mobs will spawn in, good mobs, sheep and things. And you will also have the advantage of getting red sand and getting all the terracotta, as well as having clear and concise access to these wonderful mine shafts. Most mine shafts, most Mesa biomes, Badland biomes, will have exposed mine shafts, and that makes for some easy finding loot, an easy way to find some rails. And what did I see over here? I thought I saw something that looked pretty interesting. A dungeon right at surface. That's awesome. I mean, seriously, you couldn't ask for anything better. To have a zombie spawner at surface, this would make for a really great biome to start living in. I would build on top of the plateaus up here and build bridges across from one plateau to another, but they're pretty well connected and you get a lot of really good access to all the things you need. And like I said, there's plenty of trees and whatnot up here as well. This is probably the easiest place you can find gold. I think it's at level 14. Is that 24 or 14? I don't know. You can find gold pretty easily here as well in the Mesa biomes or Badland biomes. The only downfall on living in these places is sometimes the animals are sporadic, so you may not find as many, and you're definitely not going to find any villages, at least not yet. I mean, if you do find one that's in a Mesa biome, it's by accident because it's adjacent to another biome. But to find a Mesa biome village would be really cool. One that's like legit. Look at all the mine shafts that are exposed. Like a ton over here. There's a bunch over there. That's fantastic. I mean, so much free material just from the Badlands. Next places are plains biomes. These are probably one of the best biomes to build in because one, they're flat. There's plenty of grass. And the reason why I say grass is because a few reasons, actually. One, you can plant things in grass. 2, there are plenty of grass plants, like the tall grass like this, and that turns into seeds. and seeds make for good farming. Another great reason is villages. Villages tend to be larger in plains biomes. The crap is wrong with me. In plains biomes, and the larger homes like this right here tend to only spawn in plains biomes. Most of the villages in other biomes will usually have much smaller homes, only because of lack of space. Except for the desert biomes, which I don't really understand why they don't have larger homes. Horses and donkeys are probably another great reason for plains biomes because they only spawn in here and in savanna biomes. Other advantages are naturally spawning little puddles like this and lava lakes, which I don't see one nearby here, but they do generate fairly regularly in plains biomes at surface level, and that way you don't have to go and hunt for lava underground. That makes it really easy when you need obsidian. And another wonderful addition to plains biomes is bees. They have a higher rate of spawn in the plains biomes than most other biomes, and you'll find the little beehives and bees, and they're usually fairly pretty much everywhere. I mean, well, not everywhere, but I mean, they're a lot easier to find in the plains biomes. I tend to find like 3 or 4 beehives, and once you get a Silk Touch pickaxe, you can pick those up and take them home with you guys and have a bee nest over at home. Downfall on plains biomes is this. It's all the holes in the ground. I tend to do a whole lot of filling of holes because of all these holes, villagers tend to fall in fairly quickly, and you end up losing them fast. So what I do before I enter a village in a plains biomes, if I plan on keeping that village, is I'll dig up a buttload of dirt and go through, and before I even enter, because the villagers will start moving at a certain block range. I think it's 36 blocks. If you're 36 blocks away, I think they'll stop moving, and you'll be able to come over here once you do get into the village and start blocking off all of these holes in the ground, and creepers and whatnot underground here that are going to cause a whole lot of havoc. Downfall on that is mobs will still spawn under those areas. If you have a bunch of torches, you can light those up and mobs won't spawn in those particular areas, and you'll just have concealed land in that area, specific area. That'd be kind of nice. Like I said, it causes a little bit more work for you if you plan on keeping the village. If you plan on just raiding it and leaving, don't worry about it. The other downfall is also still probably one of the benefits is actually the lava lakes as well. You may want to cover up not like bury it, but just put a layer of dirt over the lava lake or stone or something, just so you can mark it for later. So that way animals and yourself don't fall into said lava lake. And even the little regular lakes like this over here, they tend to be troublesome. And good idea to either plug them up or cover them over, just so you still have the access to the water later on if you need it, if there's no water nearby. Number 3 are desert biomes. Desert biomes are probably one of my absolute favorite. They used to be my number 1, but I have other reasons for why it's not. They used to be my number 1 biome to live in and build a house in. One of them is great loot. You get some amazing loot from desert temples, and almost every desert you'll find 1, if not 2, nearby a village. I mean, it doesn't have to be near a village, but you can go down here, break that, and you find yourself some, well, that's trash. There's a couple emeralds, horse armor. Horse armor can only be found in chests. So look at that, diamond horse armor and enchanted golden apples. Those are fantastic. Then you get some other crap like, string and bones and stuff. From the dead bushes, you get sticks. We don't have to actually craft sticks. And you get these wonderful, these said no one ever. This is pointless and trash. They should not exist in the game of Minecraft. I don't know why they're here. They're not an oasis. Look, there's water right there. Yes. Why do I need that? I mean, I think that these would be cool if you had like spans and spans and spans of desert and no water nearby, and you found this little tiny oasis. That would make a lot of sense. Another thing is these villages. The villages in deserts are really freaking cool. I absolutely love them. They're easy to guard. And what I mean by that is you can build a wall around them and you can protect them very, very easily. And that way you have yourself kind of locked in trading facility right here at home. You can build a house right next to all these guys, and you can save them by simply just building a wall around these guys and putting a fence up. And you have yourself a nice, clean very easy to protect village, usually surrounded by other really great biomes. And then this one happens to be right by the water, which makes your life really, really easy because water is the biggest challenge. My biggest plus for deserts is because it doesn't rain. And I hate the rain, so it makes it really easy to not have to deal with rain. I hate rain in any game. I hate rain in real life, to be honest, but that's not the point. Point being is it's easy to see mobs that are coming up from the desert, like up to your village, which makes it really nice to spot them and kill them without them surprising you, like in grassy areas or wooded areas. And having a village like this gives you a good, I mean, look at this. You probably have a good 10 villagers here to trade with. And as long as you build different tables, you get different villagers. Like most of these guys are farmers, but as soon as you start building other tables in this village, you'll start getting different villagers that will start taking on the different jobs. So that'd be kind of nice. The other downfall on deserts, though, is husks. Husks kind of suck. They're the zombied, the non-burning zombie type, the ones that come up on you during the daytime. They don't need shade to keep from burning. They'll continue living, and then they give you I think a slowness effect, or I don't remember what the crap it is, but they're pain in the butt, but nonetheless, it's still a good area to live. The other problem with deserts, you're accidentally digging, like so, and you can bury yourself in sand. Or if you're digging from top down somewhere and you hit an area that's got a cavern like that underneath, you could fall and die into a ravine. And I did that. I literally fell and I died by falling God knows how many blocks with my horse, as a matter of fact, in a ravine. So look at that. You can easily cause a collapse and just, die. So you got to be really, really careful when you're digging in areas like this. If you're like, oh, look, iron, I'm digging up iron. I found myself some iron. And I want some of the stone. And I'm stuck in the sand. So anyways, number 2. Savanna biomes. Savanna biomes are, I have a great deal of love for savanna biomes. One, they're almost always next to a desert biome. So that way, if you want to live in the desert biome and then just creep into the savanna biome, you can. Makes for easy transition. 2, they have my absolute favorite type of wood. I love acacia wood. I know some people don't care for it because of the red tinge to it, but I absolutely love it. I think it looks really, really good. Very nice looking wood when you have it for construction. There are plenty of trees around in savanna biomes, but you do get some great villages in savanna biomes. Not the biggest houses, but the villages can be very, very large and widespread. So that makes them a little more challenging to protect, but you do get a really cool looking village when you're done. This one here would be really hard to protect because it's kind of up on the hill over here, and I think over there, and a little bit under the hill over here. So this one would be difficult to protect, but it'd be great fun to come over and visit and maybe help out the villagers, come over here and, tax them. And you can get yourself some really cool, here we go. There you go. Helped them out already. Get yourself some really cool trades with these villagers and get yourself some good material from this village. Maybe raid it and leave, or just come over here and grab some stuff and return to it when you need to. Also, horses, horses, donkeys, and llamas actually generate in savanna biomes. Those are great for travel. And also melons. Melons usually generate in savanna biome villages. Oh, and lastly, if you could wake up every morning and see like this for a view, or even if you did live up top. I'm not a big fan of living on top of hills because it takes a minute to get up top. But if you had this for a view, it's really pretty. I really like that. I absolutely love it. You get a lot of different like textures and terrain and whatnot throughout the area. And it does look really, really sharp. Very, very nice. And you do get some really cool, the villagers themselves do have some really cool skin. Their costumes or their outfits look really cool. I kind of like them. And then you get some more colorful beds, I believe, in the villages, as well as the banners. You get the cool brown banners in villages as well. The only other real problem with the savanna villages is the tall grass, right? You get a lot of grass in the savanna areas, which is fine, except for you get a lot of spiders and creepers that'll hide behind these things or cut through them, and you may get surprised very easily. But other than that, honestly, I really have not had too much of a problem in these areas. Number 1 is beaches. I absolutely love beaches, especially when they're next to, a savanna biome. And look at how close that village is that we were just at. It was right there. This is a beach. This is a very small beach, but I just found one that's close by to that village. You can find a lot bigger beach area. And the nice thing about beaches is it also doesn't rain in beach areas. It'll rain right here, but not right here. So if I were to build this out a little bit and build my house over here, that'd be really great. Or if I built on this little island, I know I'm not a big fan of building on islands, but it's so close to the land that it wouldn't be too bad right here. But this one has a treasure ship, what do you call it? A sunken ship, a pirate ship right there, which you can find treasure in, and you can find treasure maps in. Treasure maps are awesome because they'll help you hunt for treasure. And treasure is usually buried on beaches, and beaches that are really close to the edge of the water like this. It'll be a map and it'll be pinpoint to something like this. There won't be a torch there, but it'll be something like this, and you'll find yourself a treasure chest full of wonderful, wonderful goodies. I mean, the ones that are inside of the ships are not this full, but the treasure chests themselves I've seen are this good, or if not better than this. This is fantastic, but I've seen better ones than that, even with emeralds and whatnot inside of them. So yeah, beaches are my absolute favorite because they have all the great aspects of building in a desert, except for you're near water, which gives you the access to all the great things that are underwater, all the great treasures that are underwater, from the ruins, the treasure, what do you call the sunken ships over there, as well as the underwater temples, as long as you're all prepped and ready to go and start killing some guardians. But yeah, there's turtles on the beach. Hey turtle, how you doing, homie? And then those guys will give you some great stuff like the shoot shell pieces to make yourself, helmets, so you can breathe underwater for a few seconds, and you look super fashionable and blind because it covers your eyes. I don't know why it covers your eyes. The only nuisance that you really have from beaches are the drowned. The drowned are the underwater zombies. They come up and they try to kill you, but they usually stay at the edges of the water, which is not really problematic, except at nighttime they can walk on land. They don't tend to because usually they sleep by then, but they do have amazing drops. I mean, compared to a regular zombie, they have the best drops, right? So you can get little basic crappy drops like zombie flesh and gold and stuff like that from them, but some of them will drop the tridents, great weapon to have, and some of them will even drop the little nautilus shells right here, which you need 8 of those to wrap around the heart of the sea, and it'll give you a conduit so you can breathe underwater indefinitely while you're nearby that conduit, and that makes your life a lot easier when you're near the water, when you're living in a sea area. And every once in a while you'll find a village that's seaside, a little sea village, and it'll be a little desert sea village, but that's on the beach, and they're amazing to have. They're far and few between. They're not very easy to find, but I do have a couple worlds with them in there. I mean, look at this. The sunset at the savannah is just amazing, isn't it? It's freaking beautiful. Anyways, dudes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm hoping it was very helpful. If you guys did, if you guys can please smash that like button down below, it's greatly appreciated. And if you're at all new to this channel, if you guys can click that subscribe button down below, it does help the channel out a great deal. While you're at it, if you click the little bell, that stupid little bell, it turns on notifications and it lets you dudes and dudettes know when we upload our videos. And I'm thinking about, and this is something different, if you guys have lasted to the end of this video, number one, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. 2, I've been really contemplating on changing the channel name. Since Ethan and Liam don't really jump in the videos as often as they used to, they've got other interests now, and I'm mostly doing the videos now, actually like 99% of them. Would you guys be okay with me changing the channel name? If so, let me know in the comment section below. I'm thinking of changing it to John Solo. That's the name I go by on a different channel that it's not really all that, I don't really do much on it, but that is my kind of my nickname, and I wouldn't mind going by that name for the channel. But I want to know your guys' opinion. Is it going to be problematic? You think it's going to be too confusing? Or do you think it'll be just okay and I should just go ahead and do it? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. Like I said before, guys, I really do appreciate you for watching this far. And until next time, guys, see ya.